From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Satellite and radar shows just a couple of sprinkles falling over in portions of Jackson County. Outside of that activity, most of us in mid-Michigan are looking at dry conditions this afternoon. It's still incredibly warm and humid, though. Temperatures currently sitting in the mid to upper 80s, 89 degrees over in Owasso, 88 for our current temperature here in Lansing. We're holding on to these hot and humid conditions as we go throughout the rest of the day, and eventually we'll add in the chance for a couple of pop-up showers and thunderstorms. More details on that coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at Noon.
And good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us for 6 News at Noon. I'm Kirk Montgomery. An investigation continues today in Jackson after a teenager was shot and killed. The shooting happened Sunday afternoon on Carl Breeding Way in Jackson. When police got there, they say they found 18-year-old Mia Sims in a car. She had been shot in the neck. The Jackson native was taken to the hospital where she later died from her injuries. Jackson police have not said whether they've made any arrests, and it's still not clear what exactly led up to this shooting. If you have any information that could help, call Jackson Police or Crime Stoppers anonymously at the number you see on your screen. That's 517-483-7867. And we have new information this noon on 2 separate shootings that happened in Lansing over the weekend. We start on West Holmes Road near Churchill Downs, where police say they got a call for a shooting Saturday night. The Lansing Police Department says a 24-year-old man was shot in the leg. He went to a hospital and is expected to be okay. Police do not have anyone in custody and have not yet identified a suspect. They continue to investigate and ask anyone with information to please contact LPD. The other shooting happened in the 3100 block of Turner Street. Police say a 34-year-old man was shot. He is also expected to survive, and police have arrested a suspect in connection to that incident. Now to the investigation after 11 people were stabbed at a Traverse City Walmart. Officials say the 42-year-old suspect will be arraigned on terrorism and other charges. And this afternoon, new video of bystanders who helped take him down. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Today, 42-year-old James Gilley expected to be officially charged with 1 count of terrorism and 11 counts of assault with intent to murder.
Throw the knife that way! Throw it away!
You can see Good Samaritans confronting him after police say he went on a stabbing spree inside this Michigan Walmart. Investigators say he appeared to target people at random. One man pointing a gun at him as another yells for him to put the knife down. Others tending to the injured.
Multiple citizens, including one who was armed with a pistol, were confronting the male suspect in the parking lot and preventing him from harming further people.
Authorities say he walked into the store in Traverse City just before 5 p.m. on Saturday, armed with a folding knife, beginning his attack near the checkout lines.
The units inside Walmart got multiple victims.
11 people injured, the victims' ages ranging from 84 to 29 years old.
I heard screaming and I went towards the screaming and I saw the guy with the knife shove somebody. And after he shoved him, he was headed in my direction. I was right there. I saw the knife. But I got out of his way in time, and it seemed like all of the people who got stabbed and got attacked were people who couldn't physically get out of his way, like people in wheelchairs.
Again, that was Rena Roy reporting. While at least 6 victims were initially in critical condition, they are showing encouraging signs of recovery, according to sources. As of right now, at least 1 has been released from the hospital. A high honor for the University of Michigan Health Sparrow. Once again, they have earned top national honors for stroke and diabetes care. American Stroke Association's Get With the Guidelines Stroke Achievement Award during the 2023-24. Now, this prize is awarded to hospitals providing patients who might be at higher risk for complications treated with the most up-to-date leading-edge procedures when hospitalized after having a stroke. This is the 8th consecutive year Sparrow's Stroke Center has been recognized with this honor. We have a heads up for drivers. Bridge work starts today on I-96 West over M52, also known as Stockbridge Road in Weberville. MDOT says it's all part of a $700,000 project, including a partial deck replacement and the addition of a new barrier wall. It's meant to improve the ride and extend the service life of the bridge. This construction will bring lane closures and traffic shifts on westbound I-96 and M52. It is expected to wrap up in mid-October. Gas prices in Michigan are up 8 cents from a week ago. For a full 15-gallon tank, motorists are paying an average of $48. Michigan drivers are paying an average of $3.23 for regular unleaded gas. Lansing drivers are expected to pay around $3.24, while drivers in Jackson are paying around $3.35. According to AAA, Jackson has one of the higher prices in the state for unleaded gas. A sweet honor for the MSU Dairy Store. They've been named the grand champion of the American Dairy Science Association's 2025 ice cream competition. They made the announcement on Facebook earlier, saying in part that they are humbled that they won first place in 2 categories with their Spartan Swirl and Beaumont Brownie Bliss flavors. And today, another day to really enjoy some ice cream, right, Kendall?
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
100%. Maybe a good idea to have that ice cream in a cup rather than a cone, because we are going to be dealing with some very hot and humid conditions throughout the rest of the day. Temperature-wise, we're climbing up into the low 90s for highs. It's going to feel incredibly warmer. Simply put, the combination of heat and humidity, well, it means that if you do have your ice cream in a cone, well, you can see it's going to be a puddle in seconds. So again, that cup of ice cream going to be a very good idea as we go throughout the rest of the day. Because of the heat and humidity, we have a heat advisory in effect across the region. That is going to continue until we hit 9 o'clock this evening. Still going to see some very humid conditions across the area tomorrow, and then notice on our muggy meter we have a very big drop off with our dew point temperatures as we move into our Wednesday afternoon, thanks to a very strong cold front that's going to be moving in. That cold front drops our dew point temperatures down into the low 60s and upper 50s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it's going to be feeling, thankfully, a lot more comfortable across the area by then. Of course, that lower humidity also going to come along with some cooler temperatures. In fact, we are actually going to be below average across the region as we move into the second half of the work week. For reference, average high this time of year normally right around 83, 82 degrees. We're only going to be in the upper 70s likely for both Thursday and Friday. Outside right now, we are dry, a couple of isolated sprinkles across the region. Temperature-wise, notice incredibly warm, 88 degrees currently in Lansing and Grand Ledge. We're up to 84 for our current temperature in Jackson, 86 degrees over in Hillsdale. But remember, we have to tack on that humidity. When we add that in, it feels like temperatures are already close to the triple digits over in Mason. Heat indices of 99 degrees, feeling like 97 here in the city of Lansing. Also feeling like we are in the mid to upper 90s in most other locations across mid-Michigan. Actually, the only locations that aren't dealing with those heat indices at this present time up in St. John's and Hillsdale, and still it's feeling like we're in the upper 80s over there. Again, satellite and radar shows a very quiet picture across most of the region. A couple of isolated sprinkles still lingering over in portions of Jackson County. We will see some additional development across the region this afternoon and evening. A couple of pop-up non-severe thunderstorms will be possible outside, so if you are headed to the Ingham County Fair, just making sure that you're keeping an eye on radar within that time frame. We'll dry things out overnight tonight, get to repeat this exact same situation throughout our Tuesday. Dry conditions in the morning, another round of those scattered showers and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon and evening. A few of those sprinkles could linger into early Wednesday morning. And high today topping out in the low 90s, but it's going to feel like we are close to the triple digits across the area throughout the rest of the day. We'll feel a little bit cooler for tomorrow, but it won't be by much. High still in the low 90s. Another round of those scattered showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Again, much needed relief on the way just in time for our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Notice highs in the upper 70s. Also notice those overnight lows. We were talking about those earlier this morning. Friday, Saturday morning, might need a jacket. We're waking up to temperatures in the low 50s.
Break out the flannel.
I know. So ice cream today, maybe a flannel later on this week.
Absolutely. Friday looks great.
I know. Much needed.